Also, the good thing is SAM.gov. It's a very good question too. SAM.gov is for the federal level, where you'll need your identification number, and your cage code to actually start bidding on government contracts. And for the local one, that's actually called your procurement offices. So you can actually look up whatever county it is. So in this case, we're both from Essex County, New Jersey. So
Yeah.
you will put in Essex County procurement contracts, and then the portal will pull up for you what you need to do. And then you literally just apply, create your user and password, and you just start bidding right away. So there's no like waiting game with that route. So it's like the fastest way to go.
Welcome to the Texas Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview Texas real estate professionals from active real estate investors, lenders, property managers, and many others that provide goods and services into the real estate investing industry in the great state of Texas. Our goal is simple: to share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level, and to meet the pros that can help you get there. Texas Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and entrepreneurs build the business they need to live the life that they've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is an Army veteran investing in Texas, Ohio, Michigan, in a very interesting niche. We're going to be talking about that here today, involving government contracts. He's with Global Investment Capital Group. Please welcome Anthony Lawson. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot, Dylan. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
I always like to start off at the top of the show by asking guests, how did you get into the real estate space?
Yeah, very good question. So when I was actually departing from the military, I actually just was reading a lot of books, Think and Grow Rich, a lot of different podcasts. I was in a guard in my home state at the time. I actually was living in New Jersey at the time. And upon exiting, I said, you know what? I have to get into some type of assets where I can start creating additional income. Well, then that's when I started reading different books, different things like that. Then shared living always popped into my mind. Luckily for me, I had a family member that was in the shared living space. Don't do what I currently do right now, my business model. Told me I should look more into that. I was like, it's interesting, shared living. And when I was actually at a light, I was talking to a gentleman that serves, a homeless gentleman. He served in Iraq and Afghanistan. So I said, I think it's a need for maybe some type of veteran housing or something to that effect. So I told him what to do, gave him some additional money, so he can, do what he had to do, told him how to get the VA benefits. And from there, I just bought my first property, FHA, took the basement, and started getting referrals from the Veterans Affairs by actually scrounging all on their website, submitting the forms for RCC programs and different things like that. So I was able to still vet people out, and I allowed them to share the space upstairs, and that's what kind of catapulted my journey.
So originally New Jersey, are you living in Texas now?
Yes, I'm in Texas now.
We're in Texas.
I'm in Dallas area.
Okay, so I had just come from Denton. I live abroad now, but this is very interesting because I'm from New Jersey and was living in DFW 3 months ago, but I'm from northern New Jersey, a town called Caldwell, West Caldwell, which for listeners who aren't aware where that is, that's about 30 miles from New York City, but northern New Jersey. Where are you from in New Jersey?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yep. I was born in Newark, but raised in West Orange. So
Look at this.
I know Caldwell very well. About 20 minutes, maybe not even that.
So I do want to get a little bit granular and dive into your business model because, it started out where you saw that there was a need for housing for veterans, but you got into housing currently and you're expanding in government contracts. So for our audience who may not be aware, and for me, who I am not aware how this works, how does the government contract sector interface with housing? And how are you able to scale in this space?
Yeah, no, so it's a very good question. So people may not be aware, the city, which is different type of levels of government. Let's start with that. You have your federal government, which everybody knows that, the IRS, different government bodies, DOJ. Then you have your county government, which is, your county roads, your county courthouse building, that's the county government. Then you have your municipalities, which is your city government, right? Your municipalities, that's your local police department, things of that nature. But all of these different government bodies receive funding from the federal government. Now, when you receive funding from the federal government, which you usually go through either SAM.gov, or you can get local contracts, which is your state body. That's another one too, which is state government. You have to really scavenge throughout their website to see what's available, when you can apply for them, different things of that nature. But for anybody of your viewers that's listening, the best, fastest way to start off, because SAM.gov is amazing, but you will have to, wait to get your registration and, your numbers, different things like that, the cage code. I will tell them to start off at the local level. And the local level is very important because they always have money for developmental disability residents, VA residents. And the local can count as nonprofit as well, too. So nonprofit, you can actually get, with certain, not all, you just have to ask the right questions. You can get a contract with them and they will provide you residents or referral sources that they will pay on their behalf to your company in a shared living environment. So that's really how I scaled off to a whole nother level. Then I started really just immersing myself with information with buying existing cash flowing businesses that have real estate.
You mentioned a website. Is that the .gov website? Are they able to source government contracts on a local level on that same website?
No, so the good thing is SAM.gov, that's a very good question too. SAM.gov is for the federal level, where you'll need your identification number, and your cage code to actually start bidding on government contracts. And for the local one, that's actually called your procurement offices. So you can actually look up whatever county it is. So in this case, we're both from Essex County, New Jersey. Yeah. So you will put in Essex County procurement contracts, and then the portal will pull up for you what you need to do. And then you literally just apply, create your user and password, and you just start bidding right away. So there's no waiting game with that route. So it's the fastest way to go.
I want to pivot a bit here and ask you about getting into this space, because your first deal in real estate, I imagine, was not a government contract. Is that accurate? You were purchasing traditionally.
Yeah, that's correct. So it wasn't a government contract. So you either have two routes to go in this shared living or group home space, which is usually licensed. You get a license from the state. They tell you how many occupants you can have per the license. Or you could do unlicensed. So this route was unlicensed. I was just getting referred through the VA for veterans. And then the veterans will pay on their behalf through their VA disability.
Walk me through, for myself and folks who may be listening, how did you figure out, okay, well, there's something here, I'm passionate about this, but there's a huge need here. Did you already know people that were involved in the government contract space? Did you have someone come to you and say, hey, there's actually a big need, this already exists out here? Walk me through how you connected that bridge.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors. and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, that's another good question, man. Honestly, I just seen myself exiting the military. I started looking up that same night. I remember it's like the back of my hand. I started looking up online the statistics of homeless individuals, the type of population, and it was homeless veterans, unfortunately. So, people that serve the country, a lot of them are homeless. So I said, you know what? I think it's a need here between veterans, homelessness, and some type of housing behind it. And a lot of them, believe it or not, actually have some sort of payment. They just can't afford anywhere to stay. And a lot of people do not want to live in a homeless shelter for safety reasons, whatever, outside of the safety reasons it may be to them. But a lot of people don't prefer to live in a homeless shelter, but they have some type of capacity to pay for a shared living environment. They may not know who to call or turn to, but they have the capacity. Not all, but some do. So I started looking up that night on these statistics, and I just said, let me contact the VA. So I called them. Of course, nobody knows what you're talking about. So then I started going down there and kind of connecting the dots between case management, case workers, different things of that nature. So I was getting referral systems from them and also select bodies of nonprofit that works with the VA as well, too.
This is pretty impressive because you're exiting the military, connecting the dots here with bureaucracy, government contracts. And real estate, right? Did you have people in your life who were either involved in either the government contract sector or real estate who were guiding you? Was all of this new to you? How were you able to so effectively navigate this complex process?
Yeah, I seen a glimpse of it. Honestly, I'm grateful to have an uncle in my life. I seen a glimpse of it from his standpoint. He do shared living environment, not group home. He just simply do room and house is his thing, right? Which that's okay. If anybody is in the NYC area, it's called single room occupancy over in NYC, and New Jersey is just called room and houses. But it's not typically two to a room. You have staff there 24/7. It can be a form of shared living group home environment, but it's not to the capacity of which I do. So I did have a glimpse of some type of shared living environment from that point of perspective. So I just started immersing myself between any type of information online and just connecting the dots between local organizations, meaning nonprofits.
I want to get granular on the size of the market here, maybe without giving away all the gold. I'm not trying to create competition, but
Yeah.
when I think about the affordable housing crisis, and specifically when you talk about, veterans, but in general, I was not aware that there was contracts in this variety. I thought that there might be some incentive, but I wasn't aware that there would be contracts. Is this something that they're able to assist in purchasing the home itself? Do they have homes set aside that need to be managed? Is it a little bit of both? What can the funds and what is the government's direct involvement when it comes to the real estate investor? Walk us through that, because there's a lot of questions that I have just based on that alone.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So they don't get involved as far as the real estate side. They send you referrals in the form of you must have the real estate already purchased. It may be set up for their infrastructure. Of course, they will do inspections. Everything must pass. And then they start putting you on a referral system once the contract is approved from the federal level. Now, from the county level can take just as long too, sometimes a year or 18 months if you want to get a contract on a county level.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
But the local level was probably the fastest. Nonprofits, state body, so if you're in Ohio, there's one of my favorite spots. It's called RSS, Residential State Supplement. They will actually have people on there already on this program that was referred to them from case management. And then from there, the case management do a walkthrough. They usually meet the owner, if you're owner operator, or your staff, to make sure everything is safe, compliant. They feel like their case management load of residents will feel good at this particular home. Once they say yes, great. They do another walkthrough. If they haven't brought them already for the resident do a walkthrough. They say yes, perfect. This is something I want to live into. They move them in. You sign the initial health documents, all of the forms, set them up on payment. Then the government start paying you. And that's from that state level. Federal level is a little bit different. They all have their own nuances, but you can still get paid from the government. And the county level can be the same as well too, but some nuances depending on where you're at. Different counties and different states. But yes, they do their inspections. They want to make sure that you have the real estate already, to answer your question, and you'll be good to go from there.
Now, I'm a little bit fishing out of water when it comes to VA loans, but if someone has a VA loan on a home, can they then go in turn and say, okay, well, this is an investment. I'd like to potentially have this be housing as well and take advantage of a local contract? Is that something that's plausible?
You can definitely do it on a VA and FHA. You just have to live in a home. You got to remember that is because from the government standpoint as backing the FHA and VA, it's a form of first-time home buyer, right? So they're not looking at it from a lens of, hey, this is an investment. Can you create it as an investment? Sure, you can do that with anything. But you have to live in the home and meet their guidelines as well, too. I don't want to say that to any viewers. Make sure you always meet the guidelines. But once you actually live in there, whether you taking a room or taking a basement, whatever the case may be, then you can definitely, have that environment shared out. Similar to when somebody purchases a home in there in college, right? Then they turn into a student rental. It's the same concept.
I want to pivot a bit here, and we are coming up on time, but I do want to squeeze this in. You mentioned several different areas, Texas being one of them, Ohio being another one, I believe Michigan as well. I'm imagining that along the way, you've had to consider capital sources. Did you ever take on partners with this? How did you approach raising capital for these deals? Is it all self-funded? Walk me through that end of it.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of different creative financing to start off. Capital partners as well, too. I would do the operations because I know the business. If I had to obtain a loan, I'll put credit up as well, too. So that was additional of something to bring to the table on top of not just the capital. So then the partner will look like, okay, 50-50 is cool. You're doing operations. Or if it's 75-25, back to them. But yeah, a lot of different creative financing. Some deals I was able to acquire outright by myself. But in the earlier stages, a lot of creative financing. A lot of lease options, a lot of sub-twos, wraps. But particularly in the New Jersey area, I was doing a lot of lease options and seller financing.
Those are very creative deal structures. Were you going to I believe it was your uncle who was involved and asking him for feedback on some of these creative deals? Did you have mentors in the space? Or was it like fly by the seat of your pants and I'm going to figure this out one way or the other?
Honestly, it was like I was going to figure it out one way or another, man. Because the model of what I was doing was a little bit different from just a regular one person into a room environment, room and house style. It was a little bit different. So I didn't really have guidance as far as that. Luckily for me, I did have trial and error, but not too much error on my part, which is a good thing.
That's a blessing. Yeah, we are coming up on time here, Anthony. Where can folks go if they'd like to reach out to you? I know you're active online. Where can folks reach out to you? Maybe they have a deal they'd like you to look at, or maybe they'd like your feedback on their own journey.
Yeah, definitely. I would say you can reach me at www.globalinvestmentcapitalgroup.com. That's actually the fund's website. That's how I scale tremendously. So if somebody wanted to partake in a fixed return, happy to talk to you further, or one of my team members could talk to you, and we could take it from there. Or I'm very active on LinkedIn as well, too. You can just go to LinkedIn / Anthony Lawson. Instagram, it'd be Anthony_the investor. So that's Anthony_the investor. Then for Facebook, it'd just be Anthony Lawson as well.
Anthony, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
Thank you, Dylan. Pleasure having me. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for today's show. If you're looking to take your business and your life to the next level, you really need to learn more about the Investor Fuel Mastermind. It's your shortcut to success. To learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other amazing entrepreneurs, 100% financing on your deals, member-only discounts, and so much more, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. By the way, Investor Fuel is even Texas-based. Also, if you're interested in applying to be a guest on this very show, the Texas Real Estate Pro Show, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app so you never miss another episode. We'll see you on the next show.